You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here.
Welcome back to Code Rad. I hope you brought your Coppertone because today we're going to Blood Beach. First, Interplanet, Conspiracy and Madness. Those are my books. Look for links below. All right, Blood Beach. Here's some cool posters from God knows where. The one on the left that hardly seems like a poster at all, but it's got a picture of the sweet Ford Bronco chop top. The Harbor Patrol, the Beach Patrol get to drive around in, which is awesome. I think Roy Scheider had a truck like that in Jaws. And right there in the middle is Burt Young, just being so Burt Young, holding a baggie with a body part. This movie is very good with the gags. The gross outs, dismemberments, holding a body part in a bag and then making a joke about it, a very ill-advised joke to a friend of the victim. We'll get back into that in a minute. Here, Blood Beach, I think, is kind of similar to a movie I watched recently, the one about the Zodiac Killer, in that how the Zodiac Killer, made in 1970, made San Francisco seem like the worst place you could possibly go, filled with the most unpleasant people you could possibly hope to meet. Blood Beach does the same thing with Santa Monica, which I think would be really difficult to make Santa Monica look unpleasant. Here you got Burt Young with the lady who works in the boardwalk hot dog place. I think maybe part of it is that the movie, the colors, the negative is just dirty, dingy looking. So Santa Monica never looks that great. I mean, it's Southern California, for crying out loud. Almost everything takes place on the beach, but it does not look like a place you'd really want to spend a lot of time, even, not counting the monster eating all the people on the beach. This is one of the most shocking things about the movie. I start and it says produced by Sir Run Run Shaw, one of the founders of the Shaw Brothers, Kung Fu film studio in Hong Kong. I don't think I knew he was a knight. I'm not sure about the technical ways to refer to a sir. I think he's a knight, whatever. But, and then looking over his Wikipedia page, I think he helped finance Blade Runner a year later. So I think that was probably a better deal. But I don't know how profitable Blood Beach was. Who knows? Blade Runner, of course, was not a huge hit at the time. Here's a very brief shot. A woman is being eaten by the monster that lives under the beach. That is the plot of the movie, and I just kind of jumped into it. Let me see. So here she is. There's no sign of the monster now. This is a very low budget movie, and as I said, there's like these shots interspersed into this horrible scene of a woman being mauled by an under beach monster, and these shots of like this rubber hands are kind of interspersed. That's the kind of movie this is. And I think, so to give you an idea of what's going on in this movie, I will show you a television commercial which sums it up very nicely. One of my favorite things, I've already said, Burt Young is in this movie. Well, John Saxon is also in this movie, and he actually says the movie's tagline that appears on all the posters. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, you can't get to it, which was like a kind of a decent tagline for a movie, I guess, in the post-Jaws years. But to have the character say it, that's even better than like Christopher Walken saying, "We will be at a view to a kill." And when characters say the title of the movie, he just comes out and says the tagline from the poster. So let's watch this. Let's watch the commercial.
The California coast, playground of America, until something deep beneath the sand turned it into Blood Beach.
It's when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, you can't get to it.
Blood Beach, where the water may be the safest place to be. Rated R.
Opening January 23rd at theaters near you.
The water may be the safest place to be. Also, I found a poster. I think it's got to be fan-made. I don't know what the deal is with it, but it says the people who drown at this beach are the lucky ones. So you saw this lady. She was lucky. She did not actually get sucked under the sands like a lot of people do. John Saxon comes in. I know he's got a lot of fans. He's got a strong following. I enjoy seeing him in movies, but his role in this, like, he first appears and he basically just rehashes everything that happened in the movie up to that point. And he does a lot of that. Is a lot of talking, not really moving the plot forward. The plot, such as it is a lot of talking, a lot of talking about nonsense until someone gets pulled under the sand again or mauled, dismembered. Let's watch a scene that pretty much sums up the movie pretty well. Our main character has a date with a stewardess who is in LA tonight, and as she is going to his house, wouldn't you know it, the wind blows her hat off onto the beach. That's not good. Bye-bye. That scene actually continues where this clip ends, and pretty good. The sand seems to pull all that lady's clothes off as she goes underground. Let me see. Here is the evolutionary biologist who just talks complete mumbo-jumbo, as John Saxon puts it. Offers absolutely no pragmatic advice, how to kill this monster, how to find it, how to know anything about it. Talks about evolution and how this creature may someday even learn to walk. And there is our stewardess friend from that scene. And here is Burt Young. As they are searching for her, I think they find her hat on the beach, so they start digging. They already know something strange is going on. The stewardess's boyfriend is right there. So Burt Young holds up the baggie with her eyeball in it and says, what color eyes does she have? Had. To the victim's boyfriend, he's saying it. So there you have it. The gross out gags are pretty good. And there are some ones that I did not want to spoil, some laugh out loud moments dealing with dismembered body parts. Some gross out stuff, and monster looks all right, not animated well, so it's only shown for like a fraction of a second here and there, but it's pretty cool. So if you're a certain kind of person, if you're going to want to watch this or not. I don't want to spoil the ending. It does have a monster at the end, has a few, I won't say surprises, but it's worth checking out. 1980s, very cheap horror monster movie. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back. Bye.